Hello, yeah, what's up? It's me, Tommy. I wanted to talk about music because I haven't I've never really spoken about music on the channel before, have I? I've done like a joke review about like Gorilla's Demon Days. I only did because my friend said he'd do something if I did a review, so I just crapped that out and didn't even do it, the dick. But yeah, we're basically just gonna talk about the Beatles, one of my favorite artists. Hot take, guys. I kind of like the Beatles. But I saw this video about like the like some it was best of worst of each track, and I thought I'm gonna do that myself, mainly so I can have an excuse to listen to some of the albums I haven't before. Because fun fact, with the Beatles and Beatles for Sale, I've never listened before until doing this video. There's a reason I haven't listened to them before. They are just very archetypal, which is how early Beatles was. Also, before you ask, no, I won't be like playing any snippets of it for the sole reason of I'm pretty sure I could literally ram a knife through every orifice I have at once, and just like not just like a knife, but like a serrated knife dipped in like the deadliest venom, and I'd have a better chance of surviving that than uploading like a 1 second snippet of a Beatles song and not getting it immediately copyright claimed. I'm not gonna do that, you guys. But we're just gonna start with our first one here. That is the Please Please Me. This is a very old album. It's very old. It's very much an archetype of its time, and I don't think it's bad. I do not think it is bad at all. But I don't think there's a lot of highlights, and one of those few highlights is Twist and Shout. Fun fact: this song is like ingrained in my memory because I actually play drums. In case you didn't know that, I don't think I've actually mentioned it here, so that might be why you didn't know. But yeah, I actually used to play drums, and this song, my drum teacher always made me drum to. So it'd be like, "Hey, drum to Twist and Shout," for like the 20th time. So this song is like ingrained into my mind to the point where I kind of forgot it was a Beatles song. So when I was re-listening to some of their stuff, this video, some of the stuff I don't listen to as much, I was like, "Oh yeah, Twist and Shout. That's like from like the Beatles." Because I like forgot that. I just thought it was like, "Yep, that's the song I drum to." And for that, it kind of has a bit of a nostalgic correction for me. And even then, it's just like a good like early rock song. Like, what do you want me to say? Just sounds good, so I'm gonna like it. On the opposite is Chains. I don't like the way the harmonica sounds. It's very hard to make it sound like good, and this is not selling me on the harmonica anytime soon. It just sounds like a I don't know. I think the idea, considering the name Chains, I think it was meant to sound like a prison song. You know how they have like the harmonicas and like the movies and all that. Is that a real thing? Is that like a real thing that happens in like the like prisons? That they just like smuggle in harmonicas and just do sad ballads all day. But yeah, it's just not a very interesting song, honestly. And so yeah, listen, like this until like we get to like Rubber Soul or like Revolver, you're not gonna get a lot out of this. Okay, this is very much gonna be, hey, this is there's not a lot to say about a lot of these early ones until we like get later on, you know. But yeah, for now we're gonna go on to the one and only with the Beatles, everyone's favorite. We all love With the Beatles, don't we? No one really cares for this album, and there's a reason why. It's nothing. It really is a fat load of complete nothing, honestly. But hey, there are some redeeming aspects to it. Please, Mr. Postman, that being my favorite song of this album. Yeah, honestly, Please, Mr. Postman, I actually quite like this. I think I heard this in like a Vine or something, like a modern rendition of it. But even outside of like it's a good song. I actually kind of was surprised to see it came from like with the Beatles out of all things. It's not a very album. It's not a very album really. It's just kind of an album you put on and it's like you waste like 40 minutes. It's like, oh, it's over. Okay, sure. They even put the one good thing about with the Beatles is that they put Ringo below the other Beatles, and that will never not be funny to me. But yeah, and then the worst one is Little Child. It's very, very repetitive. You'll see that later on with a certain pick of mine. I don't like repetitive songs. Hot take, really hot take. I don't like when songs are repetitive. Okay. Next up, we have Hard Days and Night. And coming up in the best is, of course, the title track, Hard Days and Night. This is like when the Beatles like actually got good and they weren't just, hey, weird, the 60s band, and this is actually when they started to have some skill. Granted, it's not a lot. We're still not at revolutionizing the music industry quite yet, but we're more at, oh, this is like a listenable now. I kind of have a soft spot for Hard Day's Night, and yeah, the song itself, the actual like title song, it's good. It's a good album opener. Ringo was actually one who came up with the name of that, by the way, A Hard Day's Night. See, Ringo, most underrated Beatle. We all love to shit on him, but he is actually like the most uncredited Beatle. We need to give him more love. But yeah, this song is good. It's catchy. You know that I will like. I sing the like beginning like Hard Day's Night bit to myself more than I want to admit. So yeah, it's just a great. It's good. It's a good introductory track. It's just a good album in general. Then we have Tell Me Why. No, this is not the Berserk 1997 opening. Do, I think that's the first time in history anyone's ever mentioned the Beatles and Berserk within the same sentence. But yeah, Tell Me Why. Tell Me Why is it's very, very repetitive. Like most of the song is just tell me why, tell me why. It's really just gets grating. And it's a shame. It's pretty much like I'm not good at describing things. I just don't like it. Moving on. This is Beatles for Sale, the most album. Like with the Beatles was a album. Beatles for Sale is the album. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not even mediocre. It's just like, yep, that is very much an album. And would you believe it? It exists. That's all you have to say about it. It's a very bleh album. Like look at the album cover. This looks like nothing. And the first up, we as the best, we have 8 days a week. It's just alright. Like it's still like this isn't like hard. Like 8 days a week would never be a top tier song on any of them. I just like the lyrics. It's a little bit nice and all that. It's bad when I'm talking about the lyrics in a pre-Rubber Soul Beatles song. There is not a lot here at all. It's yeah. I'm sorry. There's not a lot to talk about with these early ones. Dizzy Miss Lizzy is wait no hang on. I'm spoiling things. Oh no. I don't want to spoil the pie. Is the worst. Yeah. It's not very good. It's just kind of that. Anyhow, we're gonna move into Help because I accidentally read the wrong thing. But that's fine. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. So yeah, the worst in Help is Dizzy Miss Lizzy, and the best is Yesterday. Hot take, yeah, best Yesterday, more like a best today. Can I get it? Can I get it? I laugh at my funny, but yeah, Yesterday is just such a good song, you know. And Dizzy Miss Lizzy just doesn't feel like it should even be there. Because it's a shame, because I think a big part of Dizzy Miss Lizzy, and the reason why so many people dislike it, is because it comes at the end of the album, and I think that's what really like makes it go from, oh, this is just a kind of below average Beatles song to, oh yeah, this is bad. Because The Help it's an alright album, even if the actual figure's nonsense, and it actually means like, I believe the cover is like LBPJ or whatever. It's really dumb, but yeah, Yesterday it could be a great album finisher, and then Dizzy Miss Lizzy comes and just shits all over the beautiful ending that Yesterday could have been to that album. But now, guys, are you ready? I get to actually like talk about like good albums. Starting up with Rubber Soul. First of all, Rubber Soul is my main in HFTF, so I have a bit of a bias to this, but yeah, Rubber Soul is just a fantastic album. This is when it starts to actually get good, and my favorite one here is Nowhere Man. The vocals are really unique. They're one of the most unique sounding vocals I think I've heard on a song for a while, and that really works. Honestly, I think the whole it really just sounds good. It's very like going from Help to Rubber Soul. It's ethereal. It really is. Like these are the same guys, and this was released like 9 months after each other. Holy shit! It's really good. And yeah, the bottom hot take, Run for Your Life. That's not a hot take. Everyone agrees on that. It kind of just comes out of nowhere, and it's just kind of oddly disturbing with its lyrics. But like, I'm not saying they can't have songs that are like disturbing, but like I'm not disturbed, but you know what I mean. Like they have like juxtaposition between the lyrics and the actual like song. Maxwell Silverhammer of Abbey Road is a good example of that. But but Maxwell Silverhammer is very over the top with its like happy positivitiness, you know. Run for Your Life is just a normal Beatles song with fucked up lyrics, so it just sounds kind of, ugh, you know? Like, it doesn't sound like it was trying to be disturbing, it literally just sounds like, oh, this is, like, actually just, like, some random, like, psycho or whatever, but, like, not in, like, a cool way, just in kind of, like, a middle schooler trying to be a psycho. It's not very good, and it's just kind of a bleh on what is otherwise an amazing album. Revolver, aka the album that's just made terrible by the 2009 remasters. Like, this album was not given a good chance by those remasters. I'm gonna save that for another video, but you know, we're just gonna talk about like Rubber Soul. No, it's Revolver here. I have the Notes app open on my phone. That's why I'm messing some of these things up. But yeah, Revolver. Tomorrow Never Knows. This song is the moment the Beatles went like this album marks the moment the Beatles went from being a pretty good rock band to revolutionaries. You're gonna want to remember that, but yeah, this is literally like when they got great. And Tomorrow Never Knows is this soundscape of just being forward in time with all these sounds just playing, and it's such an odd thing. I can't describe it in words really. Tomorrow Never Knows. Unless you've heard it, you'll never really understand it. You know, it's a very unique song with just that was basically just John Lennon just messing with tape. That's pretty much what that entire thing was, and it's like one of their best songs in my opinion. And my least favorite, fucking hate this. I fucking hate this song. This is one of two Beatles songs I actively dislike, and this is Yellow Submarine. We'll live here, yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. Context, right? I'm in this. I was in this shitty little like village school, right? That was not very good. And this school had this obsession with the song. Pretty much every other assembly, we just had to sing Yellow Submarine. Oh god, did it get on my nerves quickly. If you had told me, like 7-year-old me, hey, did you like the Beatles? They were one of the very few things I think I'd actively say I disliked, which is a shame, because you know they're one of my favorite bands of all time now. But at the moment, but like at that time, it was just Yellow Submarine. That's what all I thought they did. So yeah, Yellow Submarine is like ingrained in my subconscious. And not even like the entire song. I think it literally was just the chorus they make us sing, which I think makes it even worse. But yeah, Yellow Submarine is. It's just not very good. It actually gets under my skin in a way very few songs actually manage to do. Next up, one of my favorite albums of all time, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And the best song off of here is A Day in the Life. Yeah, A Day in the Life is genuinely amazing. Me and my friend have an ongoing joke where sometimes we'll say to each other, hey, look what I did in the morning. And then we'll just be like, oh, what did you do? And it's like, oh yeah, I got up, got out of bed, I dragged the comb across my head, and then we just do like that one part of, I believe that's Paul singing? Yeah, we just sing the Paul, well not singing, we just like spoken word of the Paul part. I don't know why, it's just became a thing we do sometimes, and it's I think it's kind of like a bait kind of thing to see if they'll fall for it. But yeah, it's a good song. Honestly, I think A Day in the Life is a great song that's really ahead of its time, and I think it's one of the few times I think Paul and John work together well on a song. Because, fun fact, guys, Paul is my least favorite of the Beatles, and you'll see why in the next part. I was gonna say in like the latest song that I remembered, I don't think any of these other songs aside from like two. Yeah. Wait, hang on. That's like most of. Look. I'm doing this unscripted, okay? But yeah, Paul is my least favorite Beatle because I think I can name the most like not good songs he has, you know. And this is the other Beatles song I actually dislike. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, it's good morning, good morning. I actually despise this song. This is like remember how I said earlier during the Tell Me Why, and I said I don't like songs that are repetitive. Well, there you go. That's why I don't like Good Morning, Good Morning. Literally, I think there's like over 50% of the lyrics are literally just Good morning, repeated ad nauseum, ad fucking nauseum, and it's literally like Like some people say, "Oh, lovely Rita," or like, "Oh, what's the song called?" Like the Mr. Kite. Like, hang on, let me just get I'm getting my Sergeant Pepper's vinyl out here. Yeah, being for the benefit of Mr. Kite. That is a really like a lot of those people will say, "Oh, those songs are the worst," but I think they just forget about Good Morning, Good Morning. Because like Good Morning is just it's in such a weird place after all. You go from like Within You, Without You, which is a song I personally really like. I can see why people don't, but personally, at least for me, I think Within You, Without You is really like interesting and how it essentially like it's barely even rock. It's mostly like Indian and orchestral, and it sounds great. It's like why I love George. He was willing to just like experiment a lot, but like this is not. No, the Good Morning comes after like that experimental thing, and it's just kind of Good morning, Good morning, Good morning, Good morning, ad nauseum. I believe it's one of the longest songs off of Sergeant Pepper's as well. They didn't just want to rub salt in the wound. No, they wanted to like get like a vice, like a reverse vice, and like pull it open, pull the small wound more open with, and also by the way, the vice is also like laden with salt as well. That's how much the Good Morning hurts. Magical Mystery Tour now, and yeah, number one, my favorite Beatles song of all time, Strawberry Fields Forever. Holy shit! How the fuck did they make this in the six? Oh yeah, right, I forgot weed and acid. But yeah, Strawberry Fields Forever is like genuinely like amazing. Like I know that's like a very like that's the basics on. Oh, what's your favorite Beatles song? Yeah, Strawberry Fields Forever. But it's like I'm not gonna say that some like there's a reason things are popular. Things get popular because they're good. So when something's really popular, chances are at least it's a little bit good. Yeah, it's a really ahead of its time song. And it's a John song. John is my favorite Beatle. John Bitwife. John Bitwife. Yeah, and my least favorite's Flying. It's no vocals. It's just kind of a blech instrumental. It's not bad. It's just kind of. I don't think I've ever actually willingly said to myself, "Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to Flying now." I've never said that. White Album. This is one of the more interesting ones because White Album is where like this is like one of the very few Beatles albums people actively like argue about the songs on because most of them it really is just like that's a good one, that's a bad one, that's a good one. But like the White Album is one of the few ones people argue. Like Glass Onion, Obladi Oblada, fucking what are some other ones? Like Bungalow Bill. I've seen a few people trying to defend that one. Like there are a lot of songs on that album that people will like actually like debate about rather than just admit yeah that's a good one, that's a bad one. That being said, I'm not breaking any new ground with this one. I like Glass Onion, but I don't think it's one of my favorites. Obladi Oblada is alright, but I think the piano at the beginning just puts me off the whole song. Fun fact, John Lennon was the one playing the piano there, and he was high off his mind. He was higher than Mr. Kite back there. But yeah, and like Bungalow Bill reminds me of that one song from fucking Left 4 Dead 2 by like Jonathan Coltrane. That's such a weirdly like specific reference, but it always sticks with me in my head that it just sounds like that one song from Left 4 Dead 2. Go to the game, by the way. But yeah, my favorite is While My Guitar Gently Weeps. George was a fucking legend, and I wish they let him do more. He's really talented. You know, like While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Something, Taxman. This dude has really good talent, and it's a shame. Rip George Harrison. That was me like kissing my fingers, you know, doing like the little raise to the sky thing. But yeah, you were a fucking legend, man. And yeah, he wrote this song, which is really good. It's also a cool stand in JoJo. Fun fact, that was like my first like proper experience with the Beatles. That was the Yellow Submarine trauma. There was playing along to Twist and Shout. And then when I was getting really big into JoJo, I was listening to a bunch of songs, and I found While My Guitar Gently Weeps off of White Album. And I was like, oh, this is really good. And I didn't listen to another Beatles song for like 2 years, and I do not know why. This was back during the time I listened to like fucking pop punk still. Like, don't like, yeah, that tells you what you need to know. And yeah, my least favorite, hot take, guys, Revolution 9. Number 9, 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 number 9. Imagine that at 9 fucking minutes. I don't even need to say anymore. It's just that with like random crying, screaming, laughter, whatever. If you can name an emotion, it's there. I can't tell if Revolution 9 is ahead of its time or makes me want to kill myself. I think it's both. Either way, it sucks, but I can't get enough of it. I've actually listened to this entire song on a bus once. That was fucking surreal. You know what? No, Revolution 9 is my favorite. It is my least favorite. It's my favorite solely because the balls John Lennon has to put this on a fucking commercial album. Wild Honey Pie is the worst. Wild Honey Pie is just a mess. This is the best song ever made. Revolution 9 fucks. It fucks. It doesn't just have sex. It makes love. Yeah, anyhow, we have Abbey Road. And my favourite song off of Abbey Road, I actually don't know, because there are two songs that I love, but I don't think I want to actually say one of them as my favourite. And that is Here Comes the Sun, do-do-do-do, and Octopus's Garden. Yeah, I said it, I fucking love that song. The first time I was listening to Abbey Road, and I get to Octopus's Garden, I was almost going to turn the album off. I was like, what the fuck am I hearing? This is just Ringo talking about a fucking octopus. Then I heard it more. Then I heard it more. And now at this point, I think I actually love it. I don't know why. It's kind of like On Sight at the beginning of Yeezus, where you think it's shit for the longest time. Then you just listen to it one day, and it's like, wait, never mind. This is like heaven on earth. And I think that happened to me with Octopus's Garden. I think I just like clicked with me. As for Here Comes the Sun, do I need to fucking explain? It is the like most played song by the Beatles on Spotify. One of the most played songs like on Spotify, I think. It's Here Comes the Sun. Do 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 do. And my least favourite, Her Majesty. So the Beatles end Abbey Road with this phenomenal medley. Like, it starts with Golden Slumbers and... Wait, does it? No, it's You Never Give Me Your Money. Yeah, it begins with Never Give Me Your Money, and it ends with The End. And it ends with pretty much all you could ever want. The End has Ringo's only ever drum solo, and it has all three of the Beatles playing. You can see the distinct styles, you know, the much rougher around the edges John style, the much like calmer like Paul style, and the slightly in between of George. Then Her Majesty comes along. Paul says about a belly full of wine, and fucking that's how like the Beatles should have ended apparently. I know there's the restored medley and the long one as it's called, and I think that's what it was meant to be. My personal theory is that they didn't want to end it with the end, since I'm guessing they were worried their fans would be like, no, it's the end, because again, you have to realize how much these people were fucking loved back then, so they had to leave him like a taste of more, or whatever. But they ended it with fucking Paul talking about how he wants a belly full of wine, and I fucking hate it. Like, Her Majesty already isn't a good song, but it has to. It's like. I hate what it stands for more than what it actually is. Like, if it was just in the middle of the medley, it would have worked. Because it works on the medley. But as what could have been the final Beatles song, it doesn't work. But it wasn't the final Beatles song. Okay. Let It Be is my least favorite Beatles album. But it does have some redeeming aspects. Across the Universe. Yeah, this isn't a hot take, because Across the Universe is like the only song that isn't ruined by the production on this thing. Because, yeah, this thing's production is just awful. Like, not objectively. No, objectively it is quite good. But, like, it doesn't fucking sound good. Why the fuck did I want to listen to it when it just sounds like noise? It doesn't sound. It doesn't, like half of it is just gospel choirs and synth. So it's just kind of like, ugh. This isn't anything. I don't feel anything else like fucking listening to this. I'm just like, yeah, this is the song. You know? Like, Across the Universe is one of the very few songs that, like, benefits because of it. And now my least favourite song off of Let It Be. I'm gonna get hate for this, but I don't care. The Long and Winding Word. The long and winding road? More like fucking Paul. It's half of what I don't like about Paul's songwriting, combined with everything I don't like about Let It Be. Of course I don't like it. It's just a kind of boring Paul song with gospel choirs being like, ha, 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 on every, like, beat. And it just doesn't sound remotely good. I'm sorry, but I hate Let It Be. Because it just isn't good. Who knows? Maybe if because I've never heard Let It Be Naked, so who knows? Maybe I'll like really like it after then. But yeah, Let It Be at this point is one of my least favorite albums. And you know what? For this, I think we'll end. I'm what I mean. I think we'll end it up. There's nowhere else to talk about unless I want to talk about fucking Yellow Submarine. Oh, I can. Hey Bulldog is pretty good. I hate Yellow Submarine. Yeah. So you got a little bonus there. I didn't even script that part. Anyhow, I'll see you guys later. Arrivederci.